Jesus gave his disciples a job. He said to go out into all the world, make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to observe all that he had commanded them. And so we, as disciples, are given a job. Now, my question today is, how seriously do we take that? And in order to answer that, I want to go back to an Old Testament passage. And that's one that we find in Ezekiel chapter 3. And here, God lays some very interesting principles for Ezekiel that I think we would do well to heed. Starting in verse 17, Son of man, I have made you a watchman for the house of Israel. Whenever you hear a word from my mouth, you shall give them warning from me. If I say to the wicked, you shall surely die, and you give him no warning, nor speak to warn the wicked from his wicked way in order to save his life, that wicked person shall die for his iniquity. But his blood I will require at your hand. So God is saying, listen, if I tell you something to do, and you don't do it, like warn the individual that I'm telling you to warn the people, they're going to be accountable for what they are doing or what they're not doing. But that blood is also going to be required of Ezekiel. But if you warn the wicked, and he does not turn from his wickedness or from his wicked way, he shall die for his iniquity, but you will have delivered your soul. So, what are we looking at here? We're looking at a situation where God says, if you do what I tell you to do, you're good. You know, the rest of the people, they're going to be accountable for their thing, but you do what I've told you to do. So, we are told to go out into all the world. How seriously do we take this? Are we taking it seriously enough that when we look at our feeds on social media that they look like we're taking it seriously? Are we warning our friends? Are we warning our families? Have we talked to our families? And have we talked to our friends about the very real job that we've been given? The Great Commission, right? Do we have a friend that maybe we go, I just don't know if they're ready yet? You know, today I'll talk to them about the weather. But maybe I never really even get around to talking to them about Jesus and the coming judgment. How seriously do we take it? I hope that none of us will be held guilty of not teaching the gospel. And so here's what I want to encourage you with. Use your opportunities to do the job that God has given you. Your friendships, your families, your social media accounts. Use all of those to warn about the coming judgment and to warn people about how, there's an opportunity for them to come in and to know Christ. But also warning them that if they don't, that it won't turn out well. Warning our friends, even those that are Christians, to turn away from maybe some evil and some sin that they're committing. Because what we have as a church is the ability and the obligation to tell people, to help people, and to bring them closer to God. How seriously do we take our watchman position? Let's take it seriously. God does, and so should we. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, and may God bless you.